everybody, my name is Miss Kat and I'm a teaching artist for the band Wezel. Today's art project is based on the art style of the Florida Highwaymen. Did you know that in the 1950s and 60s there was a group of African American artists who painted Florida landscapes? They painted sunsets, palm trees, and tropical settings. Because of segregation at the time, they weren't allowed to show their artwork in white galleries. So they sold their artwork along the highways out of the trunks of their cars. The tourists loved their artwork. There were 25 men and one woman who made up the Florida Highwaymen movement. Over the course of the years, they painted 200,000 paintings. Let's get started painting our landscape in the style of the Florida Highwaymen. For today's project, I'm using watercolor paints, a paintbrush, a cup with some water in it, and a half sheet of watercolor paper. As you notice, I have it turned this way, which is called landscape position. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to paint the background, the sunset colors. And this is called wet and wet technique. As you can see, I'm wetting a paper towel and I'm squeezing it out, and I'm going to put it across the entire piece of paper just to get it nice and moist. And then the colors are going to blend beautifully together, you'll see. So I put this aside, and the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some yellow in, because the Highwaymen, they painted very vibrant colors, and these are sunset colors. I'm giving my brush a good bath before I go into the next color. There's some orange there, and down here I'm going to add some red in, and it's good if they start to blend together because you get some unique looking colors. You can make several of these sheets, just paint them up, and then you can do different scenes of palm trees and different types of sunsets. You could even have blue towards the bottom to show like an ocean scene. And now I'm going to add some more yellow. See how that yellow really makes a beautiful blend with the orange in there. And you want to fill all the way off the edges like that. Okay, I'm adding more yellow in because I really like that combination. I'm going to add some down here. And now I've got the whole sheet covered, and I'm going to let it dry. And then we'll do step number 2, which is painting the palm trees. Now we're ready to start step 2. The paper's completely dry, and we're going to paint palm trees like this. It almost looks like a silhouette. It's very dark. So this area of your palette, watercolor palette, is a great place to mix colors. So I'm mixing some black up here. Then I'm rinsing my brush. I'm going to dip it in the brown, and that just makes it more interesting when it's a mixture of colors like that. And then I'm adding in green here, and I'm going to mix it with brown. So it's nice to get blended colors, because look at that beautiful color there. That's going to look great. And this other area, I'm adding in some brown. I'm not sure if I'll just use brown, but at least I have it there ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to paint in the little island area, and I'm kind of using the green here, and I'm just going to go over it. If it's too light, I can add in more color like that, and I'm just, see how I'm just dabbing it in. Like I said, make several of these. It's fun to practice, see where it takes you. I'm adding in more green because I want it a little heavier, and I'm going to add in some black on that because we want it to look like a silhouette. So that's what the sunset is making everything on the land look very dark like that. Now I'm going to paint the palm trees, and what I'm using is, if you notice, I'm taking a lot of the water off the brush. I'm dipping it here, and I'm going to do one palm trunk this way. It's a little light, so I'm dipping back in. And if you notice, palm trees, they aren't perfectly straight, and they're different widths. So there's one, and then I'm going to paint the other one going the other direction like this. Okay. And now I'm going to start painting in the palm fronds, taking more of the black, and the less water you have, the more detail you can get. If you can see here like this, and I'm just putting in the basic, and then you just lightly start touching and putting it in. They're all going to look different. See how it gets, you want it to just kind of look like it's moving in the wind like that. Ooh, that looks great. It looks very breezy. Now here, I'm putting it like that and like that. And then see how I just kind of touch it? And like I said, you can have fun working on different ones because the different backgrounds, they're all going to have a unique look to them, like that. And the Florida Highwaymen, they had to work really quickly because they had to sell a lot of paintings. They didn't get much money for their paintings, so they learned to paint really quickly, just like we're doing. And just to give the effect of a tropical scene. Now I'm going to do one more thing here. I'm going to add in, I'm going to take the black and add it in with the brown. I'm going to add in more brown there, and I'm going to paint a couple of coconuts. So as you can see, you can really have fun with this and make it your own. I had a really great time painting a landscape in the style of the Florida Highwaymen with you. Make sure to share your artwork with your family and friends. And until next time, artfully yours, Miss Cat. Take a picture of your artwork and post it on the Van Wezel Facebook page. School time at the Van Wezel. #artworks anywhere.